Hello, welcome to Ekidel. My name is Justice Umoka and I am your instructor. In this course video, you'll be learning how to perform the full structural detailing for this building you are seeing here. So before you must begin your structural detailing, you must have gone through your structural modeling and perform your loading and also performed your structural analysis, and you have done all your check-ins. So as you can see, this building we will be using to perform the structural detailing. We have done all this. So right now, once you're done with this and you have done your interactive design, where you have to check for your beams and for your column and don't only depend on what the software is giving. Alright, now once you're done with that, the next thing to do is to now export your drawing or your design to the Prota detail, where you have to now extract your structural detailing. So I believe you must have known all this process of design, because this course video is specifically for the structural detailing. But if you don't know about how to perform your structural framing and then your design stage and to get something, as you can see, to this level, then I would advise, before you take this course video, go to Ekidel YouTube channel. We have so many free videos on how to guide you to perform a full structural design using this software, Prota Structure. So knowing that, or you can also go to Udemy and get our course video there, or also you can also get our course video from Google. Just type Ekidel store and then you will see our store page, and then you can purchase any of our course video based on structural detailing. So knowing that, now let's now dive into the structural detailing for this building you are seeing here. So on this series 1, you'll be learning how to extract your drawings from Prota Structure down to Prota Detail. Now, once you have opened your Prota Detail, as you can see it here, the next thing to do is to begin to extract your drawing. First, I've already done that already, but just to give you a clear guide on that, because I believe before now you must have known this, because all these are all on our YouTube channel, all this process except the complete detailing area. So, but just to carry you along, now when you open your Prota Structure Prota Detail, alright, you will click on Start by creating a new drawing. Now once you click on that, this interface appears like this. It will be plain, just like this. Now once this is plain, the first thing you will do is to begin to extract your drawings. And I will go to this place that says Form Plan. You will see all the stories that you have also for the foundation. I will start by extracting the foundation. So I'll click on the foundation like this, right click, and then I'll click on what draw. Alright, for the form plans, you don't have to do any settings. Alright, the only thing you can do is to uncheck this, because this will be checked. So you have to uncheck this and then click on what draw. Leave the scale as it is, as 1:50, and then click on what draw. Although you can change your scale, but for me, I advise don't change the scale. Alright, except you want a bigger drawing. Right, so once you have clicked on that draw, you can then click on what anywhere on the background here and then allow it for some seconds. You can see now it is now drawing the foundation layout for this building. Now you can now see the foundation layout here. So this was how I achieved this particular one here. Alright, now once you have done for that, you then do for all other story. Come here to right click here and then say draw. The same thing, don't do any setting, just uncheck this, because this will be checked. So uncheck this too. Leave the scale as it is, except you want a bigger size, but for now leave it the way it is. It is okay with that, 50. Then click on what draw again, and then come here and then paste it. Right, always give a gap from the other drawing that you have already pasted. Okay, that is fine. Now give it some time again for you to paste again. Now you can see this one here. This is the story 1 foundation, story 1 form plan. That's the column and beam layout and slab layout. This is how I was able to achieve this particular one here, as you can see that. Okay, so the same procedure for all the form plans. So I'll come again here, right click here and say draw again. Now on this, now also uncheck now. See, this is why I say you should uncheck this. If you don't uncheck this and then click on draw, you are going to see it will add a table, which for me is not useful. All right, it used to add this table here. As you can see, this table here, for me it is not useful, because all this information will be on your design report. Okay, so I don't like having this, so I'll just come now and then delete this. Okay, and click on my delete button, and that will go off. So just to avoid me deleting for all my for like all my drawings, every time I like paste like a drawing, I'll just uncheck that. So on that now, you can see I have also achieved this tree here, all right, this particular one here. The next thing now to achieve is to achieve the beam, all right, for the beams. So I'll come now, I will skip this column and this column layout for now, and then move to the beams, okay. Then for the beams now, I'll click on this arrow down here and then click on this on the first one. Now it is for the beam that you need to do some settings before you can paste, okay, your drawing. It's a must, you must do that. So I'll click on this now, and then once I click on that, the next thing I'll do is to click on check this. Now at default, Plotter gives this to be 25, right? I would advise you make it to be what, 50. Use 50, all right? Because if you use 25, it will consume so many drawing sheets, and which will be expensive during your printing, all right? So use 50, which is a good scale, and it is also printable, okay? Like when you print it, you can be able to read it, so it is nice that way. So you put here 50, and then come here under this option now. Make sure you uncheck these two, all right? Uncheck it and just keep it this way as you've seen it here. Then click on option. Now on this option, the only place you click is here. Leave every other things here as they are at default. Click on this place now that says beam detail settings. Now once you come here, the first thing you do is to come to this place here that says detail. Alright, detail, drop the arrow down here and then click on general. Now on the general now, nothing to do here. Go to next beam. Now on this beam now, make sure that this is below. If it's your first time using this software, you might see it this way. You might see it appearing something like this, okay? Something like this. So just come here and check this to tag every beam at below. And if there is no underline on the text, you just come here and check this, okay? You see this, okay? That is fine. So this is the only thing you will do under this beam tab. Then go to section tab. This is very, very important. At default, this software cuts three sections for each sheet, which doesn't make sense. For each span, it doesn't make sense. So come here and say cut only one section for each span, okay, and choose this option here. Then on this place now, make sure you choose this option here that say for it to restart section label for every sheet. And most times this section label is always at ABCD. Put it at 1, 2, 3 because you might have several sections depending on how massive that structure is. Knowing that 1, 2, 3 does not have an end, but ABCD has an end. So just to avoid that, use 1, 2, 3 for your section tagging. Okay, that is fine. So once you've checked this and then check this and then check this, okay, that is fine. You then move to steel bar and links. Now once you come here, this is the most important area that you must do. Now on those place now, at default, I will bring it back how it was at default. So at default, this is how it is. All right, this is how it is at default. Once you open it, this is how you are going to see it. All right, just like this. Now once you come here, and also you will not also see the, let me see, no, you see that? Correct. This is how it will look like at default. All right, now you have to check these settings. I will be checking now. They are very, very important. So you check this, that's a print steel bar layer. You can see what it's doing here. It's not giving the bar mark. So before there was no bar mark, and knowing that in detailing, bar mark is a very, very important thing to consider. So you make sure you check this to display the bar mark of that. Okay, now the next thing again you check again is to do what? Check on this that says enhance, shift outer bar, to enhance display. You can see that, for example, if you have a second layer now, this is still on the same layer with the layer 1 bar. But normally, if you have layer 1 and layer 2 bar, they are meant to drop down. That layer 2 is meant to drop down. So you have to apply this option, say drop down. Now you can see it, right? It does not drop down. Before, it was just on the same layer, giving you a kink. But right now, you now have this. This is very, very visible, and it's nice just to give a clarity at sight. Because when you're doing your detailing, you are considering those workers at site, those iron benders that didn't go to school, although they have the experience, but you have to make your drawing to be simpler for them to understand and not to be confusing. So once you do this now, the next thing to do is to uncheck this. Make sure you uncheck, because if you don't uncheck this, you won't be able to see your bar mark based on the 20th century standard of drawing. Okay? Else you'll be seeing this 19th century, 18th century drawing standard. Okay? Which is not nice, although most countries still use this, but that is outdated. So you come now and then uncheck this, and then you will have this now. Okay, you will have your enforcement showing on your section. Now, once you've done this now, the next thing you do is to come here and check this and say print total link. Look at this link here right now. It's not showing us anything, but if I come now and then check it, you will see that, okay, but just make sure that you like check this, because it cannot be this will help you to like give total link quantity for each span. Okay, so make sure you check this. Then if you are in Europe, or you're doing a detailed drawing for countries like in Europe, in Portugal, Spain, and all that, they used to use a replot drawing, a replot rebar display. And what is that? If you check this option now, you see that all your rebars will be showing their lengths of how they are meant to cut it. All right, but in countries like Africa and UK, this is not our own standard of drawing. So if you are doing a drawing, or you are in Europe, in any part of Europe, and then you are doing a drawing for your client in Europe, then make sure you check this for you to have that your rebar displayed under how they will cut it. But apart from that, you can leave it on check. So once you've done this now, the next thing to do again that is very important is to go to dimensioning. You can skip this. You can skip the sidebar settings. It doesn't have anything to do there. Go to dimension settings. On this place, the only thing you uncheck is this. At default, this is always checked. Dimension BOB. All right. So always come here and uncheck it. Okay. Now once you've done this, now you then click on what OK. Okay. Now once you've done OK, then click on what draw. You now click on draw. Okay. Now you click on this place that says draw. So I'll come and click on this draw now, and then I'll carefully go to where I am pasting these drawings, and then click on this place here, and I'll click here to paste it. Now know that we did these settings for only the story 1. When you're doing for all other stories, no, you don't have to go and set those things again. All right, the software will just take that settings and generate all your beam drawings based on the settings you have done on the first story. All right, or on your first beam display settings. Okay, that is fine. So it is now trying to do what? Draw and then paste the beam detailings. Okay, that is fine. So on this now, once this is pasted, you can see now this is now our beam detailing for that. Okay, for the story 1, you can see that I say 1B. This one here means first story or story 1. Okay, that is fine. Then you can also see the bar bending schedule here for all that. You can see the bar. No, this is the material. Okay, bar bending schedule. So you can see all this here too. Okay, although I don't like using this, I like to do my own manually, just to have a clearer view for that. Now once you have done this, now the next thing to do is to come here, click on the next story, right click, and then click on what draw. Because we have already done our settings, we will not go and do settings again. The only thing you confirm to make sure that you are using the same scale here as 50 or any scale you are using. Okay, that is fine. Now once you have put here 50, then click on this place here that says draw, and then click on what? Draw here. Now once you click on draw now, you now also give a space too, to make sure you click a different place here and then drop it. It will also generate the beam detail drawing for the story 2 or for the story you are working on. Okay, that is fine. Now once you have done that, now you then hold on for it to display. Correct. So you can now see that it does not display there. This is now the story 2. As you can see, it tagged there too. To a second story, that's story 2. You can see it here, story 2. Correct. So this is the second story. This is the story 2 beam detailing. Okay. Then the next thing we do now is now detail our part base. So I will come now and then click on this arrow drop down, or I just click here, right click here, and then click on what? Click on this option that says what? Part base detailing. Okay, that is fine. So I'll click on this now and then click here. Now once I've done that, now you can then you can leave this your settings here as your scale as 25. It is okay. Then come here on check this and then click on this now. Okay, you click on this. You can choose to add rebar schedule. All right, you then come and click on what here? Draw here. And once you click on draw, then you now come now and then specify a place to place this thing. Make sure you give a gap for it not to clash with other drawings that you have already pasted. Okay, that is fine. So I like again to display all the footing detail for the drawing. So this is now the part footing detail for all the drawings. You can see there. Correct. I will show you how to arrange it later. Then you then come again now, and then I will hide this again. Let's now bring out our our column. Alright, now for the column, now I like to display just the column schedule because I don't like the way this software will detail their column, which is their column section. So I like to only display the column schedule just like this here. Alright, just like this. Alright, so to like get this now, I'll come here I'll hide this beam too. Now under this column elevation, I'll right click on it and I'll see column schedule. Now on this column schedule, now make sure you also have this. You can leave this at 20, no settings to like do here. If you have a reinforced wall like RCC wall, make sure you check this, okay, so that it will add the wall detailing too, or the wall drawing on the schedule. Okay, that's fine. But for now, I don't have a wall on this. I'll then come and do what, uncheck this too, and then come and click here, and then I will give a gap above where I'm pasting all my drawings here. I can put it anywhere above here or anywhere below here, and I'll click here. Okay, that is fine. Now once you have done this, now you can now see our column schedule here. Now we are going to use this column schedule with the Stonebridge design template to now produce our column section. Okay, we will transfer all this information now into the Stonebridge column detailing that is there, and then we'll have our column section. Okay, that is fine. Now the reason why I say I don't like to use the way this software generates their own column section is because if you look at this now, if I come here and then click on this column section here, just watch what will happen. And I'll come now, I'll just uncheck this first, and I'll come now and then click on this. This takes time, but let me just paste it. I'll give a gap now and paste it somewhere here. Now once I've pasted this here, now I would like to paste properly. Alright, it takes time to generate all the drawings, but once it is done, you then see how the column section is. It is not really to standard. Okay, that's why I don't like using it. So instead, I'll just you can now see how the column section is. I don't like it at all. Can you see that? It's not a standard. Instead of that, I will use the one that is available on the Stonebridge detailing, while I transfer I'll transfer all the column information from the schedule, because as you can see that we on this schedule we have our column reinforcement, the column links, the set of the column, and also the bar arrangement. Can you see that? And then also the numbers of column that has this number doors. Okay, that is the same with this. So all these columns are there. So with this now, so with this, once you're done with this, the next thing to do is now export your drawing. Now since I have already done this already here, I'll just delete this one, all right, and export this one. This was just to show you how to generate how to bring out your drawing details when you are on your Prota detail. Okay, that is fine. So I'll come now and then click on delete, or I'll just click on this delete here. Any of them is okay, erase. Now once that is done, wait for it to erase. Now once that is being erased, now we will then move on to exporting this drawing to AutoCAD. Okay, that is fine. So on this now, we are now left with this because we have already taken off the other one. So once you have done pasting your drawings like this, next thing to do is now export this drawing to AutoCAD to now begin the proper detailing. All right, where I was meant to start, but because just to carry you along, if maybe you don't know all these stages, just to carry you along how we got all this before we can begin our detailing. Okay, that's fine. So with that, come now to export our drawing to AutoCAD. You come here, click on this, right click on this export DSF, and then click on what, export. So once you click on export now, this is what it will show you. Come here and then click on what, export. All right, then wait for it will open the folder. I can see that it is now exporting here, as you can see it here. It is now exporting around here. Okay, that is fine. So it will now show the folder automatically. Once it is done exporting, it will just pop out. Okay, that is fine. Hold on for that. Now it is coming up now. Now you can now see our exported WG file, as you can see it here. Now once this is done here, we will now have to do what, open it and then begin our detailing. Okay, that will be on the series 2. Okay, that is fine.